Hello everyone and welcome back to Scale Car Modeler. Today we're going to be looking at a new release from Tamiya and actually my first motorcycle kit. I've never built a motorcycle kit before. I do usually tend to like super bikes more, but the one thing I don't really like about super bikes is once you build all of this and you cover it up with a fairing, you can't see it. So this was kind of what I was talking with Tamiya the other day and said, I kind of would like to do a motorcycle, and this would be, to me, a little bit more, on the display end of it, a little bit more exciting because you get to see your work. There's nothing covering everything you've done here. On the flip side, if you don't do this right, you'll be able to see your work because there's nothing covering it up. So I'm going to take a little bit more time with this kit than I typically do, only because, again, it's 1/12 scale motorcycle, it's much bigger, and it's going to be able to see the mistakes easier. Maybe. So this is the Honda CB1000F motorcycle. Again, it is 1/12 scale. And it is more, I don't know what I'm not a big bike person, so I don't know if this is considered a touring bike or kind of a sport bike. I would think the sport bikes with the fairing. I think of touring bike. I think of those big, huge bikes with the radios blaring really loud and all the big fairings, and it looks super comfortable. But this may be more along the line of a touring bike than a sport bike. So maybe. We'll see. All right, so we have on the side panel here, you have the color, a little bit kind of some renderings of it with the Wolf Silver Metallic or SE Wolf Silver Metallic. Not sure the difference. With the blue stripe, looks like the same. Kind of good looking bike. I'm sorry if this is hard to see. 14144 is the part number. Ooh, look at that. I'm kind of liking the graphite black. I do like the silver and the blue, but I'm kind of liking that too. Huh. Or the silver metallic with the gray stripe. Now, I probably do like the box art because that's what kind of caught my eye from the very beginning. So, fourth panel again is the same as the second panel. So, all right, let's get inside the box and see what comes with this kit. Okay, again, I'm not much of a motorcycle person, so looking at this initially, though, it does look like it has quite a few parts. But we're going to have to just kind of cruise through it and look. To me, it doesn't really give their kits a skill level. And I kind of see skill level as one of the things is the amount of parts that come with the kit. But since, again, I don't see a skill level, I don't know where to put this. I'm going to move this. So I got more room to work here. All right. So, as usual, Tamiya quality. No flashing on any of the parts. And again, being a brand new kit, I don't expect to see any flashing on any of the parts. No mold lines. Looks like we have the fuel tank. Side fairings here. Front fairing here. Headlight goes there. A lot of the engine parts, brakes. Look at the detail on the brakes. Those are crazy. Looks like a lot of linkages for the engine. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, this almost looks like it's metal, plastic, or like metal. I don't know if you can see that in there. There's detail in between the triangles. I don't know if you can see that in there. That's pretty crazy. Wow. Nutty what Tamiya does with their model kits, right? I mean, this Tamiya is detail. That is next level. All right, and then we have, I don't know why the front fender's in this separately, but it is. Then we have the front fender. Nice piece there. All right, so then we're going to go to the black parts. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Just taking a while to cut a plastic bag open. All right, then we're looking at, looks like engine parts. Maybe again, maybe it's half an engine, maybe the other half of the engine. There is some ridiculous amount of detail in that. I don't know if you can see it that well on camera. Wow. This is making me, I don't know what I have to do to detail that, but it's making me a little anxious. Yeah. And maybe that's just me being a little anxious, but that looks like a crazy amount of detail in a very small space. So yeah, all engine looking at your handlebars here, or half of your handlebars where the acceleration, where the grips are, and the brake and clutch. And then we have the frame here, wheel and tire, or wheels. A couple other pieces here. I'm sorry if I don't know the names for the motorcycle parts. But this looks like a crazy amount of detail. Look at these things here. It's looking maybe like brake covers or something. The detail in that is nutty. Wow. Okay. And then we have a clear tree. It's got, looks like a headlight bezel perhaps, windshield, side markers, maybe a license plate cover, and then your red parts, which will be for brakes. Brake light. We have another tree of parts. I didn't see that in the bottom. Oh wow. Didn't even think about this. The chain. Get the detail in the chain. You can actually feel the detail in it. That looks awfully delicate as well. Gonna have to be careful with that. It's like a fan shroud. Your seat. Rear view mirrors. Wow. Radiator. There is horns. And there's a crazy amount of detail in this kit. It's actually quite awesome. Okay, and then we have the chrome tree. Wow, that's brilliant chrome. Holy moly. Got the exhaust, looks like the headlight bezel, maybe exhaust tips. So more exhaust there. Rear view mirrors. I'm not quite sure what that piece is. Looks like a light bezel of some, maybe the tail light. Well, no, the tail light's kind of that shape, so I'm not sure what that is. We'll have to look that up in the manual. Wow, that's great looking. Okay, and then the final parts bag. We have, what the heck is this? Some itty bitty parts. I'm not sure what those, this is flexible plastic, so I'm not quite sure what those go to. I'm gonna have to check it and see in the manual. You have some itty bitty tiny screws. What is going on here? So, yeah, there's a little bag of itty bitty tiny screws and a itty bitty tiny screwdriver. I had no idea this was a screw together kit. It does come with a spring. It's probably for the center shock, the rear shock. Your, oh my god, oh, it's brake line. Wow, really? Okay. Guess we're adding brake lines. Maybe throttle linkage as well. I don't know what that's for. And then your tires. That's some nice detail on the tires. Kind of cool. Okay. All right, now before we get to the instructions, I'm going to get all this off the bench real quick. Okay, so there's a lot of paperwork with this model kit. We're going to go with this guy first. This is your Tamiya Tech Tips on building the, I guess it's building models in general, cutting the parts off the tree, removing the excess plastic. If you need to make holes in the plastic for adding detail lines, here's how you do it. Cementing the different types of parts together using different cements. It's got Tamiya cement, extra thin cement, and CA cement. And then test fitting the parts before you glue them together. Removing any metal plating so the glue will stick to the plastic. And then painting tips and rattle cans. So nice little pamphlet here. And then something called Plastic Model Technique Guide. Interesting, I'll have to look into that. All right. The next thing we have is it's like a background information on the CB1000F. Okay, so it's got Japanese on it right here. And it's got a little bit of information here in English and a couple other languages. And then looks like a paint guide for the different color variations. Wolf silver metallic gray, graphite black. Oh, sorry, the first one is silver metallic with the gray stripe, graphite black, and silver metallic with a blue stripe. I think we're probably going to go with the silver metallic with the blue stripes. That's the box art one. I do really like this one, the black, but this will be something a little different, I think. So we're going to go with that. All right. Nice little sheet there. And we have the decal sheet. It's got, okay, we're just going to do this. I want to be careful not to cut anything in here. It's got a protective sheet. It's got your decals for the motorcycle itself, license plate, instrument panel, and then some miscellaneous stuff around the outside. It has masks for painting. These must be masks for the lights, the clear parts. I'll have to look at that later. And then, oh, okay. And here's the different liveries, I guess, depending on what color you want to paint it. So it gives you 3, because I think 2 of them use the blue, 1 uses the gray, and 1 uses the red. I like the red, looks good. But we're gonna go, again, we're gonna go with the blue. Looks nice. Okay. Now the manual. So of course there's a read before assembly, just some information on building model kit, paints required, recommended tools. Again, the paints are only required if you really want to paint it like the kit. If you want to do your own thing, you can disregard this. But I like doing the kit out of the box, just so you guys can kind of see how the kit's supposed to look out of the box. So I'll be going with the paints required. And then of course, like I said, your recommended tools. So if you're painting it silver metallic, go with A. Silver metallic with the gray stripe, B. Graphite black, C. And then D for the silver metallic with the blue stripe. But the build will all be the same. I'm going to guess those have to do with the stripes. Oh, look at that. The silver metallic blue comes with the fairing on the front. The other ones don't. So I may change my thing to this one. I kind of like the fairing. That looks cool. I mean, I guess you could put it on any of them, but I kind of like that. So, all right. So anyway, here's the engine build. More of the engine build. More of the engine build. I mean, probably 90% of this bike is going to be engine build, right? Once you got the engine build, putting the chassis together, sliding that massive engine in there. The rear spring or rear shock. Oh, so the rear shock is functional because it's got screws here to screw this into place so it pivots. I guess if you want it to pivot. If you don't, you can always just glue these parts into place, I would suspect. Place the engine in the frame. Tells you how to do it. Interesting. Your rear tire, brakes, chain drive, rear suspension arm. Oh, these are polycaps. Okay, so when you screw it together, those little gray pieces that we weren't sure what they were, they're little polycaps It's to cover up the holes where these screws go in. Interesting. And then your piping, which doesn't say what that is, but I'm going to guess it's probably brake lines, maybe fuel lines. Yeah, so it comes up to the here, so this looks like it might be fuel lines here. I mean, it's 1/12 scale, so this doesn't, to me, these are fuel lines, stuff like that is a little daunting because, you know, I'm not a pro, but since it's 1/12 scale and this is a much bigger model kit, these may not be so scary to do. Your exhaust, kickstand, or motorcycle stand. The radiator, front wheel, and tire, and brake like holders, I suppose. Guards. Front forks, front calipers. Then here comes the lines for the brakes. That's where those go. Okay, so that's like it's like a headlight bracket. I thought the headlight was round. Headlight round? Yeah. So what is, I don't understand headlight. Headlight bracket. Okay, we're gonna have to look deeper into this. So there's the clear cover and the clear ring. Your fuel tank. Seat. All the little pieces on the sides here, like the starting kick part, the technical term. And then your grips with the, I'm assuming there's your handlebar there, the grips, and then at some point here, I'm assuming the lines tie into this. We're not there. Oh, the lines there. So the lines tie into this as you're attaching the handlebars. And then your fairing. I do like that. That's cool. And you're done. And then there's your CB1000F. All right, everyone. Well, there you have it. Everything that comes in Tamiya's CB1000F 1/12 motorcycle kit.